What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the corner. The only corner where we selling statistics and knowledge and not dope and pussy. We're gonna get a little college football preview going on today. Starts tonight, 7 o'clock. We have Louisville traveling down to Dade County, getting nasty with it, playing number 8 Miami. Louisville comes in the game leading the nation in completion percentage, and let's not forget that Louisville knocked off Notre Dame last year. It could either be Beck's Heisman game, or we could have an upset on our hands. I mean, honestly, that's all I can say about this game. I really believe Miami's going to beat the shit out of them, though. So I got Miami rolling right here. Number 2 Miami, not number 8 Miami. Jeez. I got number 14 Oklahoma winning, going down to Williams-Brice in Columbia. Now, it's hard to win in Williams-Brice now. It's super hard to win. That stadium, just a sound. Oklahoma's got something to prove, though, after this Texas loss. That was rough. That was extremely rough. Mateer, he needs to be fully healthy, fully recovered, and he needs to be the John Mateer that we had against Michigan, or again, some of these earlier games before he got hurt. That he needs to prove that this injury is not a problem, that this is not going to be for the rest of the year. Because again, it is only 3.5, 4 weeks removed from him having hand surgery. So, I mean, next up we got number 4 Texas A&M going to Arkansas. Arkansas had 498 yards last week against Tennessee. The only problem was their quarterback fumbled it 3 times, lost 2 of them, and in 2 other fumbles, I believe they lost 1. So, I mean, what do you do? What do you do? If they can clean up the offense, get rid of the fumbles, get rid of the turnovers, I think they definitely have a chance, because A&M's offense is not as high-powered as Arkansas's, I think, personally. Next, we've got. I do have Texas A&M winning that, but I do think Arkansas can pull it off, especially at home. The recipe is there. Next, I got number 23 Utah going out, staying in state, playing the Mormons. Got number 15 BYU. I've got number 23 Utah winning this one all day long. The only loss that Utah has is to, I believe at the time, ranked number 23 Texas Tech. And now they've got Texas Tech in the top 10. I've been saying that that's one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in the nation, other than USC, because as time has gone on this year, USC's offense has figured something out, and they're clicking. We'll talk about that later. There's going to be a lot of running of the football in this game. Utah ran the ball 42 times and only passed the ball 13 times last week in a convincing win against Arizona State. Utah's coming into this game with a loss in a weaker conference, so they have got to win this game to stay in contention for the Big 12 championship. Honestly, both of these teams do, but BYU's got 2 losses. They can't afford to lose at all right now. BYU survived Arizona last week. They gave up over 200 yards on the ground. I think the recipe is here for Utah to run away with it, and I think they'll be convincing, and they'll start putting some respect on Utah's name. Next, I got number 16 Missouri going down to Jordan-Hare to play Auburn. Now, Auburn had this Georgia game absolutely stolen from them last week. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I think game should have been 17-0. Go into half. Maybe Dogs get points before half, but definitely a 2-score game. Missouri hung in there with Bama last week now. They only lost by 6, 27-21, but honestly, I think it's going to come down to this Bo Preble, whatever Missouri's quarterback is, if he can avoid turning the damn ball over. I watched this boy run around for his life against Alabama, and he did everything to get rid of this football in the worst way. He's very athletic. The talent's there. He's just trying to do too much. So, but I do have Missouri winning this game, but I think Auburn for sure has the talent to pull this upset off at home, for sure. Next, I've got number 10 LSU going to Tennessee to play number 17 Vanderbilt. Now, unless LSU's offense shows up and wants to get absolutely any type of run game going to maybe boost up this past game just a little bit, then I think Vanderbilt's got this game. Diego has a chance here, beating a top 10 team. I think he has a chance to cement himself in college football fame forever. So, Vandy is only a favorite by less than a field goal. I believe it's 2.5 right now, as of this morning. But I have Vanderbilt winning this game. It'll be a close game. I don't believe it'll be high scoring at all. But I think Vandy gets this game. Now this next one is my most interesting game of the week because there's a couple of interesting games betting wise in terms of what Vegas thinks is going to happen. I've got number 14 Georgia Tech beating Duke in Durham. Now, Duke is a favorite, maybe because they're at home. Now, I did look at their numbers. They're 20th in yards per game with 467. They're 11th in passing yards per game with 310. Now, Riley Leonard played at Duke before he transferred to Notre Dame, and he was a fucking baller. So they're not stupid to dump to good quarterbacks. And they're scoring 36.5 points a game in the ACC, which is 25th in the nation. ACC spot on the line in this, I don't understand why Duke is the favorite in this game. It's Georgia Tech now. Obviously, Haynes King can't do it all, but it's not all just Haynes King. I think Georgia Tech can for sure pull this game off. Now, as a dog fan, I'd like to see Duke come out here and just absolutely shit on them, but I have Georgia Tech winning this game. I don't know what to say. I have Georgia Tech winning this game. Next, I've got number 20 USC going to South Bend, playing number 13 Notre Dame, getting a win. Notre Dame has got to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. No conference championship. Started the year off 0-2. Got to get it done here. They've got Boston College, Navy, Pittsburgh, Syracuse, and Stanford. Now, these teams, not a single one of those teams is ranked. We'll have this conversation again at the end of the year. Not a single one of them are ranked. But Boston College, Pittsburgh, and Syracuse always upset somebody in the ACC every single year. Every year. So we might for sure be talking about Notre Dame having 4, maybe even 5 losses at the end of the year. And so they have got to pull off this game because they've got some squeakers to finish the season off. And USC has got a phenomenal offense, almost 540 yards of offense last week. USC's coming off a huge upset win over Michigan. They've got Nebraska, number 8, Oregon, and UCLA are the most notable of their games left in the season. So they have got to get a win here. They've got to win out because they've got a big game against Oregon that if you don't win, you've got to, especially losing this game, you're going to have to win. But if you do get this win against Notre Dame, you're going to have to lose with style against Oregon. You're going to have to look real good. And then UCLA's offense has now turned into a top 10 offense in the nation in the last 2-3 weeks. And then we've got number 11 Tennessee going to Tuscaloosa in the third Saturday in October, like they always do for the rivalry game against number 6 Alabama. Both of these offenses are high-powered. This is absolutely Ty Simpson and Joey Aguilar's games to lose. It will be whose defense shows up, who can make a stop when they need a stop late in the game. This game is going to be hard-fought. I believe it'll be high-scoring, and if it's not high-scoring, then it'll be very, very low. Touchdown each and some field goals. It will be tough. It'll be a fun game to watch. Tennessee has not won in Tuscaloosa in a long time. I do not believe, I know the numbers, but they have not won in a long time. And then we've got number 5 Ole Miss coming down to Athens to play number 9 Georgia. Georgia is a touchdown favorite here. I'm going to be honest, boys. I have no fucking idea why. I have no idea why. Georgia's going to have to start hot. We've had to come back in a lot of games this year. I need a convincing win right here for me to have any type of confidence in the Dogs for the rest of the year. But we've still got Texas, Florida, I believe Mississippi State, and then we've got Tech to finish the year out. So I need something to help me believe in this team. Ole Miss, on the other side, struggled last week against Washington State. They were a 21-point favorite, ended up only winning by 3 and having to come back at that. They were down 14-0 in the first half. So honestly, me personally, I really hate to say it. I'm struggling, but I've got Ole Miss winning this game. I really do. I have Georgia going home with 2 losses after this weekend. But with that being said, I'll see you next time after these games for the recap.